Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna tell you about my personal journey here in Canada, and I'm gonna tell you some stories, my reasons to come. Maybe you find some information useful about that, maybe not. Anyways, if you just want to know, just stay tuned. So, um, I came to Canada when I was already 40 years old. I didn't come as refugee or just marry someone else. That was not my case. Um, I came here because I wanted to go to grad school. I'm a biologist and I wanted to do the PhD, and the program that fitted most with my background was here in the University of British Columbia. So I applied for to be accepted into the program, and I also applied for a fellowship that paid for my studies, and I got both. So in the year 2016, January, I started my PhD journey at the University of British Columbia. Did I thought about that in that time about staying after? I'm not sure. I was very focused in my desire to do my research, to expand my knowledge, and that was all I was thinking at that time. But eventually, when you spend 4 or 5 years of your life in one place and you start connecting with the place and with the people, then sometimes, yeah, you just stay after. But anyways, this is not the story about. So I came when I was 40 years old, and at the time I was facing, I think, kind of the middle age crisis. Yeah, but so when you go to a new country and a complete different culture, not related to your own. I'm from Cuba, by the way. So I think sometimes maybe the change would be easier if I would go to Mexico or Spain or some culture related to mine. But life is as it is. My opportunity came here. So when you take your suitcase and you arrive at the airport in other city where you know anyone else, that is really challenging, especially when you are older, because acquiring a new language, even when you have some studied the language for a while, is not easy. So to improve my language skills, I forced myself to talk. So when the opportunity came to assist as a teaching assistant at the university and teach undergrad students, I applied and I went for it. I remember it was tough because even when I had some teaching experience in my homeland, it was not the same. Here, students are allowed to do things that in my country they are not allowed. Here there is a more freedom. Like, for example, a student can eat in the class. And for me at the beginning that was very shocking, because in my homeland, if you do that, that is very disrespectful. And the professor can kick you out of the class. But here you cannot kick out a student for that. Also, my English is not good now. Can you imagine? 9 years ago, it was way worse. So I sometimes was teaching and I could see the students literally laughing at me. But I was tougher than them. So if they laugh, I would also laugh. And eventually I asked them to help me with the pronunciation, and they helped me a lot. And I'm very grateful of that. So teaching was something difficult, but something I appreciate a lot, because it made me grow as professional in the my academic journey, and also as a person. I had students there that were studying, but just because their parents wanted, not because they want. And I had female students getting pregnant without knowing what to do, so I have to give them some advice. And a lot of situations like that at the end make us grow as a person. Also, as a grad student, you get paid, but it's just very basic, how do you call it? Very basic stipend, what you receive. And with that, you cannot sustain yourself. So I have to take other jobs, like that one I told you, being teaching assistant. That was a very nice job. I had also the opportunity of doing tutoring. I also did some other jobs that were not that good, but yeah, they helped me navigate through that. Was also a time where I could reinvent myself, see what are other skills I have that are not just inside the lab. And for example, one of the jobs I had at that time was being a translator. So by translating from Spanish to English and to Spanish, I got to work with refugees and other group of people that were not proficient in the language, and also help them to in their journey to become an immigrant here. I also had some very deep experiences working with children. I signed up for a program called Let's Talk Science. And in that program, I would go to one elementary school and teach with very simple activities, girls and boys in first grade. I would teach them, I was teaching them about the life cycles of animals and spiders and insects and plants. And I think some of them got interested in science, but by that program. So it was a very deep experience. Volunteering in the schools and also volunteering in the community centers, helping other immigrants to settle. So in the beginning it felt really lonely because I didn't had anyone here before, and there's also no like a huge Latino community here in this area of Canada, and the Latinos that are present are mostly Mexicans, not Cubans. But anyways, with the time you start connecting with people and you start making friends, and life becomes a little bit easier. Now, if you are in your 40s and you are thinking to immigrate, my advice is think it twice, because immigration is harsh, is very tough, is unrooting yourself from your land, from your culture, and coming to other place. And the process of issuing roots in the new place is really brutal. Is something I cannot explain how brutal it is. And you are alone in all that process. Even if you have a friend or a family, the only person that mourn about your losing your identity and the process of building a new one, you are completely alone in that. There's harsh time you have to go through. So honestly, if you are settled and you have just a middle happy life, think it twice before crossing frontiers. But I can only talk from my experience. Of course, we always think, oh, that's gonna be easier for me, that is not going to happen to me. We just come out to the unknown. So yeah, it happens. So at the end, I graduated from my PhD and I had new opportunities open for me. I got new jobs, I met new people, I established myself, I built new friends, I built new family here, like in the sense of friends become family. And at the end, in my personal experience, it worked, despite all the struggles and with the language, with being woman, with being older, with all the things associated to immigration. So if you have any doubt, or if you want to know something in particular, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, this is just my story. Um, I'm happy here to share whatever doubts you have. But this is what happened to me. Maybe you can have it in any different way, but I just wanted to share who I am, why I'm here, what brought me here. And at the end, I can tell you I'm happy and I'm doing well, and I hope you too. So until the next video, thank you for watching and stay gorgeous.